What's going on, guys and girls? How you doing today? It's Single Roleplayer once again. Today I want to talk a little about the Spectres in general, how different they are, what Spectres are good there in the game, and overall I wanted to do a little overview on each type of Spectres that can be very useful in the end game to go through each type, both old and new, and give a little information to the new players who are still just getting into the game, who don't really know what's the difference, how the Spectres scale and all that stuff. First of all, you need to know that Spectres are practically the same monsters, like trying to kill you in the game. You're just summoning them from the corpses and they cast their abilities and use their own attacks that they naturally have as monsters. So you're just bringing dead monsters to life, and they have all shit on them that they naturally do. In order to create a high level Spectre, you need to desecrate from a high level corpse, which can be used either in the hideout if you're leveling or in the high level zone if you are mapping. So you need a high level desecrate, high level Spectre gem so they can create high level Spectres, as well as a high level zone, preferably the highest. For the most part, there are two end game zones where the high level Spectres can be desecrated, which is the Obelisk Catastrophe last room. The last room has level 84 level over there, which can be desecrated and created level 84 Spectres. And there's also the Shaper zone, which is also level 84. These are two the most easiest to get zones where you can create high level Spectres. Overall, there are two main types of Spectres in the game, which are the spellcasters and the attackers. Attackers can be ranged in melee, and spellcasters are mostly ranged and can have some melee spells, kind of melee range spells too, like the explosion, discharges, and all that stuff. So mostly people use one or the other because they require different scaling. Like for example, melee attackers require melee physical damage, some melee buffs, attack buffs, and spells and attacks scale very differently in this game, so require different set of skill gems attached to Spectres. And so most people run either the spellcasters or the attackers and not mixing them together. What you see here are Solar Guards, which are one of the most popular Spectres in the game. They are very powerful, they are very tough, and I will explain you guys why these Spectres are so good, why most people use them, and just why are they so good from the very start to the very end. If we talk about Spectres in general, there are different parameters that should be mentioned, which are the life, damage, and resistances. Solar Guards can be created from these zones, which are the Solaris Concourse or Solaris Temple level 1 and 2, and the Harbor Bridge. They can be acquired early in the game. The damage is very high, they deal very high base damage, and they have two different types of attacks, which one is a beam cannon, and the main attack that they spam is the fireball. The beam cannon attack has a cooldown and the fireball has no cooldown, so they just spam it. It's also a projectile spell. This is not an attack, sorry, this is a spell, so they cast spells. The damage effectiveness is not very high, but it's pretty decent. The life pool is also very nice. These Spectres are one of the toughest spellcasters in the game. They have pretty high life pool compared to most spellcasting Spectres, and they have about 25,000 life when at about level 93 Necromancer level, so that's quite a lot. And comparing to different other spellcasters, this is almost like 1/3 higher or even a half higher than the rest of the spellcasters in the game. They also scale really well with the damage, and their resistance is very nice as well. They have resist fire, but unfortunately they do not resist cold, and this can be a little problematical on the Shaper and Uber Elder fight, because they mostly do cold damage, and this is why and the Uber Elder they might potentially die, and you need to get them this all resistance on the tree as a necromancer from the passives, from pretty much everything. Not so long ago, path of building has been upgraded with the stats on different types of specters, so there's a button to manage specters now, and it's very easy for literally everyone to see what kind of damage the specters do, how much damage, what kind of attacks, how do they scale, and it's very easy to optimize the damage now. I just want to talk about solar guards now in this video and compare them a little to the other spectre types. So as you can see, they have two attacks here, which is Fireball and Beam. Beam does not so much damage and has an 8-second cooldown, but at the same time, this 100k damage is mostly enough for clearing the trash packs even in tier 15, 16. So this is not as much, but it is enough to literally one-shot packs of monsters in the highest tiers possible. The most important thing is this, which is the Fireball attack. This is what allows them to fire projectiles far ahead, and linking with greater multiple projectiles, they fire a lot of projectiles far ahead and pretty much clearing everything. And this is one of the reasons why they are so good. They fire a lot of powerful projectiles, guys. This DPS that you can see here is very respectable, and this is a Shaper DPS actually. The White Monster DPS will be much more than this. This literally clears everything in the game. And this damage over here is just pretty damn high, I would say, comparing to the most spellcaster Specters in the game. At the same time, the attacking cast rate is also very high, and that makes them a really fast attacking Specters comparing to some other spellcasters. At the same time, like I mentioned previously, the life pool on them is pretty high, and they are also one of the toughest Specters in the game. They can get as high as over 20,000 HP, and they're leeching quite a lot of this HP as well as regenerating some, so they can survive pretty much everything. And the only thing that killed one of my Specters is the Uber Flame Blast. That was the only thing where I lost one of my Specters through the entire different crazy encounters. So aside from that, they will leech off most of the damage, and aside from Uber Elder and Uber Atsiri, nothing can really kill your Specters if you have enough regeneration and leech on the tree. So to give you a quick summary on the Solar Guards, guys, why are they so popular? First of all, they are easy to get. They have a really high life pool compared to most spellcasting Specters in the game. At the same time, they are projectile Specters and do a lot of damage compared to most spellcasting Specters in the game. This all aspects combined make them extremely versatile. They also don't need any specific gem setups. They just use the basic spellcasting gem setup with Spell Echo, Control Destruction, GMP, and all other skill gems like Elemental Focus and stuff. So they don't require any crazy tweaks out there. They are the absolutely normal skill gems. All this combined make them extremely versatile, very tough, and viable from the very beginning, because you can get them in the Solaris Concourse and the Solaris Temple right into the end game, and you can kill every piece of content in the game with just a Solar Guards. This is it. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for watching the video. Your likes and dislikes, especially, as they push me forward even more. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do daily uploads of role-playing content, being it builds, guides, let's play, stream highlights, and upcoming RPG games. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch stream to catch me live in action. I do stream daily on working days. I'm a full-time YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer too, so if you want to support me, you can do it either from Twitch or by PayPal directly from my website angryroleplayer.com. Join my Discord channel too for a place to discuss RPG things offline, as well as follow my Twitter to be notified on any new content. If you want to get extra information like sneak peeks into upcoming videos, plans, different behind-the-scenes footage, you can also join the Unholy Army on Patreon as well, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching and listening to all this. See you soon.